Hi, Mom. Yeah, no, can you pick up Chris after school? Yeah, I'm at the doctor's.
Mrs. Harris?
Describe your symptoms.
Hang on. Stress, headaches, nausea. Yeah, well, I work on Saturdays.
And how long has this been?
Equanimity. Balance your lifestyle.
I need to let my guests know that I'm speaking with Dr. Michael Bruce. He calls himself the sleep doctor. You guys sent us all of your questions, and you told me you're not getting sleep, so we'll hopefully find out how to get some better sleep from Dr. Michael Bruce. Dr. Bruce, as I said, I put your name out on Facebook saying you were coming today.
Yep.
You would have been impressed at the number of sleep questions that we got.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So tell me what you do in your everyday life first.
I have a PhD in clinical psychology, and I'm board certified in clinical sleep disorders. So I'm active in the clinic. I see insomnia patients, apnea patients, narcolepsy patients, you name it. I also work in a pain center because I've been studying the relationship between pain and sleeplessness and how those two seem to form together. It turns out that you can't just treat the sleep and you can't just treat the pain. You've got to treat them both together in order for people to really get that relief.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
My first Facebook, well, I don't know if it's a question or a statement, is my husband has a sleep disorder, it seems, and it keeps me up. So
Yeah.
is that keeping other people up when you have, this close, intimate relationship?
Absolutely. There's actually data to now show that if you sleep next to a snoring bed partner, you lose an hour's worth of sleep. So I can only imagine what happens if that person might have sleeplessness like insomnia or even something like undiagnosed sleep apnea. It could be a real problem.
Okay. My next Facebook question or statement comes from Kara. I have intermittent sleep problems where I can't sleep, and I don't know what's causing it. Any way to find out?
So one of the first things I talk about with people is looking at a couple of simple things. Number one, what's your caffeine consumption? If you can stop drinking caffeine by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that usually has a very positive effect on sleep. Exercise turns out to improve sleep quite a bit, so daily exercise can certainly be a help. And keeping a consistent sleep schedule turns out to be the best thing that somebody can do. Going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time, even on the weekends. No sleeping in on the weekends. That's the surefire way to mess up your sleep schedule.
What did you do a sleep study, or what did you find out recently about our habits of sleep?
So one of the things we know, again, happens to do with this whole idea of how does pain affect sleep. And it turns out that the more sleep deprived you are, whether you're not getting enough sleep, or let's say it's daylight savings time or something like that, that actually exacerbates the pain. It makes the pain feel worse. And that's what we learned. And that's why I partnered with a company like Advil PM, because what we wanted to do is try to treat both things together. And what we found were some pretty impressive results. People are absolutely sleeping better when you treat those two areas together.
When you talked about at the beginning pain and sleep disorder, we all know pain will keep you up.
Right.
So when you have pain from whatever reason, how do you treat that? Do you tell your doctor that I'm not sleeping, or do you just take something?
So what I tell people to do is the rule of threes. If you wake up more than 3 times a night, or it takes you more than 30 minutes to fall asleep, more than 3 nights a week, for more than 3 weeks at a time, that's the time that you're going to want to go to your doctor and really talk to them about what could be going on. Before that happens, you can absolutely look at some type of an over-the-counter medication to help you out.
When you're taking over-the-counter sleep aids, give me a caution, because I do so many interviews where people are over-medicating themselves.
Absolutely. So just because it's over-the-counter doesn't mean that you can just take a fistful of this stuff. You really need to look at what it says on the box and stick by the recommended dosage.
Another question for you. Okay, this one's coming in. It says, when I'm on other medications, say for hypertension or cholesterol, Is it safe to take an over-the-counter medication? Ooh, good question.
It's a great question, but it's really one that they have to discuss with their physician because it depends upon too many different factors in terms of what is their condition, what kind of medication are they taking, and what is the over-the-counter. But these are questions that they should absolutely feel comfortable bringing up with their doctor.
Anything you want to leave my listening audience with and a place to send them on the web?
Absolutely. So if people want to go to www.advilpm.com, we actually have an entire video library that talks about all of these different things. And believe it or not, people can get a free sample.
I thank you so much, doctor, for giving us information that could change the course of our pain. Thank you. And
Thank
our
you.
sleep.
Absolutely.